Hi everyone, Squirrel Bait here, and welcome to Going Sideways, where I discuss current events that affect our preparedness and our freedoms. And I recently did a video called Brain Initiative, and in that video I talked a little bit about some of the things that came about from the initiatives from the late 60s and early 70s, and I wanted to spend a little time talking about one of them, and that is the use of light and how light affects the old noggin here. What came about? What can we see today out of that research? And it's important. And I want you to think about these things when you think about what they're doing now, which again I mentioned in the other video. But I wanted to spend just a little bit of time just on this. So as I talked about in the other video, is that scientists have been able to activate or suppress certain memories, according to the information, such as fear, which means they can induce rage, they can, multiple emotions, right? Calm, help you feel calm, right? And like I said in the other video, and what I said was the following. Scientists have been able to activate or suppress specific memories, such as fear, and alter behavior using light to stimulate relevant cells. Now, we also talked about in the other video about blue light, how the TV gives off blue light, your cell phone, alarm clocks, your computer. Artificial light, remember? Oh, we have to get rid of the old-fashioned bulbs. They're bad for the environment. Well, yeah, maybe they are. But is that the real reason? That we now have all these fluorescent lights, which we all know flicker, those of us with migraines. Yes, flicker rates came out of that, which your TV uses. And well, it has to do with the technology. No, they actually adjust the flicker rate. Why? Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So links will be down below for the information I'm going to present in this video. One of them is from Stanford University. They have been very handy for me lately. Again, I think things end up online for each other, for other people within their circles, and it never occurs to them that somebody like me is actually going to take the time to read them. And the name of the document that I have linked down below is called The Clinical Guide to Sound and Light. And in that, it talks about mental states, altering mental states using sound and light. Yeah. It talks about hypnotic-like states. Remember in the other video I was talking about in the Brain Initiative about all the circular motion in the news? They even use a blue background in the news, plus you have the blue light from the television. This is all by accident? Coincidence? No, remember Project Mockingbird. The media companies are the arms, if you will, of the government under Project Mockingbird. Where do you think the news media got all this? Do the circular motion in the blue and the circular down in the corner, you know, the like Fox does it, you know, when it slowly turns. What do you think that's all about? Wouldn't you think that that would distract you from what they're talking about? No. The whole idea of the blue light, the color blue makes people feel kind of calm, you know? And then they got the circular motion to do this hypnotic light state. You got the flicker rate from the TV making it. Remember kids sitting there? And you come in the room and talk to them and they're just, yeah. Ah, you see it now. Yes. So what happens is, when they're telling you something on TV, you're more apt to believe it and not question, not think about what you're hearing, because you're in this, and you don't even realize you're in this semi-hypnotic-like state. Yeah. Check out the links down below, okay? Coincidence? No way. And again, to have it everywhere now? That blue is like everywhere? Really? Huh. Yeah, trust me, it's everywhere. My migraine problem is triggered by light. So, yeah, trust me. Everywhere. So, I got a question for you. Because again, your cell phone has that blue light coming from it. Your cell phone does. Why? Why does a cell phone have it? But you need to feel happy when you look at your cell phone? Is that it? Why does it have it? Well, this, when it happened, this story here, made me go, I've been hanging on to it. This is from March 4th, 2018. It is from CNN. Believe it or not. Police identify a man who shot himself outside the White House. I'm sure you've heard about this, but there's a little goodie in here. Shot himself in the head in front of the White House. The shooter shot his phone before shooting himself. How many suicidal people have you heard shot their phone before shooting themselves? No suicide note was found? No note? But incoherent sentences were found in a book recovered on the scene, if that's true. Well, let's say it is. Really? Incoherent sentences, huh? Uh-huh. Was this guy a victim? Was this guy a victim? Is he a test subject? Why do our phones use the same stuff, the same light process that the TV does? Why? When you're on social media, when you're on the computer, when you're watching TV, I want you to take note of how much blue you see. You know, when I was a kid, we used to watch Tom and Jerry. I think it was Tom and Jerry. And there was this guy named Chuck Jones. He was one of the cartoonists, one of the artists. And you could always tell it was his stuff because everything was blue in the background. All the cartoons had this blue hue. Didn't think anything of it then. Starting to think a little bit of it now. So why are our phones doing this? Future use? Future plan? Just makes you question. Maybe I'm a lunatic, but it makes you question, given what we know. So yes, and then in his car, he was from Alabama. So he lived in Alabama. Drove all the way to D.C., huh? Okay. And they removed several items from his cars, including pictures and documents, but they won't tell you what that is, of course. So again, he was obviously upset with his phone. Is he a test subject? Targeted individual? I don't know. The last bit of information I have, that I have personal experience with, a Harvard Medical School study revealed that melanopsin receptors, you have cells in the back of your eye that have nothing to do with your sight, that are light receptors. In fact, separate from this, your pineal gland is not connected to your optic nerve, yet it has light receptors. Cells. Yeah. So, Harvard Medical School study reveals that melanopsin receptors, which don't help you see shapes, react to blue light. Boy, that explains a few things. And blue light was found to increase migraine pain and activate the trigeminal nerve, which isn't here. And that nerve is associated with migraines. So, blue light can trigger migraines. Yeah. I'm triggered by sunlight, fluorescent light. I can't watch TV. The flicker rates make me dizzy. You know, I'm sensitive to that strobing, which, by the way, fluorescent lights do too. They flicker. They set me off between the light and the flickering. I'm very sensitive to that. So trust me. That's why I don't have one of those fancy phones, that and surveillance. But I stay away from technology as much as I can. As much as I'm on the computer. My TV's off. I can't watch it. So it's just sitting there. I don't watch it. I stay away from the majority of this stuff. Well, the more I learn about it, good thing. I suggest you start thinking about it too. So that's what they can do with it now. They can affect your mood. They can affect your mental state. They can do this now that we know of. What can they do that we don't know about yet? And what are they trying to do? Well, as I said in other videos, just look at China. There's your end goal, right? Just wanted to make you aware of all of this so you can start thinking about what's best for you and what's best for your families. And thanks for watching. And remember, question everything, including me.